So usually I like to close my eyes and see if I can just recite it without looking at the page, and maybe I'll glance at the page to help me make the connections. That's kind of what I do, is like close my eyes and see if I can get through it all. Because I don't have it in my head first, I have it on the page first. Yeah, I'm usually like driving in my car and I'll turn off the music and I'll do a part that I enjoy or that I want to connect, like make those mental bridges. And then sometimes I'll just do it in the shower because it's better than singing, because I can't sing for shit, so. My name is Anthony Orozco. I also go by Glyph. I am a journalist and a poet in Reading, Pennsylvania. I'm 30 years old. I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio. I like memorizing my poems because I connect with the listeners more. I can look at them directly in their eyes and I can be more authentic. I can deliver true performance rather than staring at a poem or at a page. There's a lot of work that goes into it. Having mental bridges, remembering where one stanza ends and where another begins, and remembering sort of all the emphasis and power that you put into the words or phrases. A lot goes into memorizing those poems, but once you do it and you nail it and you get a poem 100% perfect, there's probably no feeling as good as that, at least for me. In a rare ink, desire scribbles a gibberish poem on the pages where I keep my secrets. A mysterious stanza to be forgotten in some corner of my flesh. My desire writes in a cursive pinned as if by ribbon in the wind, and it mumbles like a shaman purging illness, arguing into the dark in a strange tongue. A Language Unnamed is a poem about not knowing what you want in life. I feel like I have a lot of desires and passions and wandering eyes, but I may not really know what it is that I want out of life until I'm already chasing after something, after a scent of something that I may not even really know what it is. My desire sings the hymns of another religion, and its clues are dressed in clever riddles. But catching the quick workings of foreign lips is like trying to capture smoke with chains and locks, like reading Braille through velvet gloves. My desire speaks in a dialect yet to be tamed, in a language unnamed. I've been doing the poetry workshop with Barrio Alegria since November of 2018, and I've been holding one workshop every month since. So in regards to the poetry workshop, I hope that people can learn more about the craft. I hope that I can learn more about the craft, and most importantly, I hope that artists can connect with one another and share insights that help them overcome hurdles that they're coming across in writing.
I feel like things that I write about have been holding me down, and now that I'm writing about them, thanks to Anthony who's been helping me, I feel like something's been lifted off of me.
Flicking sparks from its flint teeth onto the damp kindling of ignorant ears, and its cryptic dance goes misunderstood by my simple eyes. At quiet hours, it recites decadent verses, drooling once, and lusts fall from its monstrous jaws as it gazes aimlessly. Yeah, like I find a topic that is in me that I feel like I need to write about. And once I realize it and I kind of play with it in my mind just a little bit, I like go and I purge like pages of notes. Most of the time they're torn out and like circled or X'd out, like for all the trash or the good stuff. So I just purge a bunch of pages of notes. And really what I do is like, so if I have an idea of something that I want to write about, but I can't write anything about it. So I want to write about the first time I played baseball with my dad. You know what I mean? I want to get, but I just can't, for some reason bridge or break that wall. So I'll assign myself to write about asteroids. and I'll make myself write a page worth of stuff about asteroids or something completely different. And then once I get those channels of creative fluidity flowing, then I'll jump into the poem that I'm focusing on. I think the first time that I performed poetry, I was maybe 15 years old, maybe a little older than that, maybe 16. And it was during a poetry competition or a poetry slam. And it was nerve-wracking. I was petrified. I think I sweat through my shirt. But getting over that fear and doing it was exhilarating. I feel extremely confident in front of a crowd. I mean, of course, I always feel sort of that nervousness or anxiety, stage fright, but I feel fairly confident in front of a crowd. In front of a camera, I am a bit more hesitant. I think there's something about the sort of fleeting nature of it being right here, right now in front of people, but once there's a recording and it's gonna be on record for the rest of eternity, I sort of hesitate and stutter and fumble over my words as I do now. So, my desire is the architect of formless clouds, its reasons wrapped in a tangled formula, like the chaos of wings clapping flight into existence. I think that somebody who wants to start writing poetry should absolutely start writing their poems. Yeah, nobody should be afraid. Everyone should be willing to, well, you should find a good spot where people are willing to accept you and be vulnerable and respect you, and hopefully my workshop is a space for that. But if you find a place like that, dive right in and hold nothing back. Try things out. Fail a lot. It's fine. And yeah, just don't be afraid. I told you I mess up in front of cameras. So.
Yes. Are you ready?
Yeah, just get behind the camera like you're filming.